And with that said, I mean, we go to Rollins backstage with J&J Security, and primetime players jump out and they scare J&J. So kind of playing on Seth Rollins' paranoia, like, oh, Randy Orton, he's going to strike.
Yep.
And anytime now he's going to strike. So I really like that. And you see crew members like laugh at him and stuff. And then, see, I love, again, this whole theme. We really see it begin here because Triple H comes up to Rollins and they talk a little bit. And Triple H pretty much says, because Rollins is like, I think I'm going to need some extra security. And Triple H just kind of looks at Seth kind of bewildered. And it's like, Seth, it's just one guy. And he walks off. So you can see, like, despite the fact that Seth, I mean, let's be honest here. Seth got the authority back in power and all this other stuff, but I think he used up that rope. Because, I mean, Triple H is just kind of like, Seth, come on. I picked you. I groomed you for this spot. Own it. Come into it. And you're worried about Randy, one guy, when you've shown that you're more than capable. So, in a way, here's my thing. I kind of don't like it in the sense that I feel like, again, it's the same crap, they did with Randy Orton. Oh, Randy, we got to be sure, even though you're holding the freaking championship, we got to be sure that you're good enough for this spot. So let's put you through the ringer. But I think I like it here because that's always kind of been the case with Seth Rollins. I mean, even Jon Stewart brought it up, how, Kane helped you win the Money in the Bank. So this has been kind of the theme. This is what his reign has been predicated on. So I'll be very interested to see how it develops. And honestly, and again, this is just John being crazy and stupid, so again, forgive me, but it actually kind of made me smile because it makes me look more forward to the day that Seth Rollins turns face and then really goes and earns his spot as a world champion and all that other stuff. So good stuff. I really didn't mind this, so I approve.
All right. Well, I guess then we can move on.
Yeah, number one contenders match, the Lucha Dragons versus the New Day.
I didn't even realize, did they even announce that this was number one contenders, or was I just not paying attention?
They did announce it, yes.
Okay, I guess I just wasn't, it's not really even surprised. At this point, Raw, even as good as tonight's was, it's become, I just can't sit through 3 hours. It's just become background noise for me.
Dude, nobody can. I'm gonna level with you. During one segment, I forget. You know what? I think it was the U.S. Invitational, which we'll get to. I watched it, but I was playing 3D pinball on the side, so I don't blame you. You kind of zone out. But what did you think of this match, bro?
Oh, I loved it. This is the match that reminded me why I freaking love New Day.
Oh yeah, honestly. And this may come as a surprise to some people. If it wasn't for Seth and Ziggler, because I really felt like those guys delivered, this would have been my match of the night.
Oh, absolutely. Dude, here's the thing. Like, you're saying that like you're surprised by it. I'm not even surprised by it because of the amount of time that this match got.
Yeah, it got a decent amount of time for sure. You're absolutely right about that. And what I love about this, New Day's got heat.
Yep.
I love it, dude. There was a big New Day sucks chant at one point in this match. The crowd also, besides conversely from New Day's heat, Lucha Dragons are very over. You even shared a story with me from somebody on Reddit saying that their child or just some relative doing lucha, like a really young kid. So it's spreading. And I really hope, I'll be curious to see like Kalisto's merchandise numbers and how Lucha Dragons do like in that department, because I could see it really selling. We've said so many times in our NXT reviews that these guys could be a hot commodity, and just the reactions seem to kind of validate those predictions. But yeah, this is a great matchup, great back and forth. I love Xavier Woods too, because early on in the match he actually feeds into the New Day sucks chants by doing the mat slapping thing, the rhythm.
Yeah.
And then he goes, and then when the crowd goes, New Day sucks, and Xavier Woods just goes like, why? I love Xavier Woods because it's just like, why are you doing this to us?
And then JBL's just like, why would he lead them in that chant, Michael?
Oh, God, yeah, New Day, this is what they needed to do, because now I think everybody can get behind this. I mean, in the way they should, obviously, giving them that heat. But, yeah, really fun back and forth. Kalisto nails at one point to Kofi that head scissors that kind of looks like a DDT, just spikes his head into the mat. Just beautiful. We see Cesaro and Kid watching from backstage, too, kind of scouting them. And yeah, it gets crazy. The turning point of the matchup comes where both of the Lucha Dragons, they do double moonsaults on Kingston and Big E. And, they're all struggling to get back in the ring. Kofi makes it back in the ring first, and as Sin Cara's about to get back in the ring, Xavier comes from under the apron, pulling a hornswoggle, and he grabs Sin Cara's leg. He's like, no, No, no. Sin Cara gets counted out, so New Day wins.
Dude,
Oh my
how
god.
good is Xavier Woods as a heel manager?
Dude, you know what? Just brilliant. I mean,
Yeah.
I had that faith in him when I thought it was going to be like Malcolm X militant mid-Carter's gimmick, but this might be even better because Xavier Woods playing like he's on that edge of insanity or whatever, like again that whole clap or snap thing is just amazing to watch. Oh my god. So yeah, New Day's going to Extreme Rules, and you know what? I gotta give credit to somebody because everybody knows I watch Raw on streams because I do not have cable, and you see a bunch of people interacting about the Raw. Somebody brought up that because Extreme Rules is in Chicago, this is a perfect setting because Cesaro's probably going to be received like a freaking god. Tyson, if anybody's seen his NXT work or even just his recent work, he's going to be received the same way, and New Day should get nuclear heat hopefully if all goes well. So this is quite a table they've set for the Tag Team Championship match at Extreme Rules. I approve of it wholeheartedly. Heel New Day, I can totally get behind, brother.
Absolutely, yeah. I it's funny because so long ago we were talking about how bad the New Day was and how this is like a racist thing, and I won't necessarily take that part back, but at the end of the day, the fact that they've actually become as entertaining as they are as heels and that they're getting the right kind of heat and not racist heat, it's great.
You know what? Here's the thing. You're absolutely right. I wouldn't redact my statement either that this gimmick, is racist. I mean, I still fully endorse that. But I'd rather they make this work as heels than Xavier Woods and Kofi and Biggie all be relegated like back to relevance, especially Woods. I mean, that's really why I mentioned it because seeing Woods on TV doing his thing is awesome. So yeah, really happy about this. But there was somebody that wasn't happy, I guess, so much about it because after the match, Orton runs out, he tosses Big E out of the ring, he lays Xavier Woods out with an RKO, and then he tosses Kingston up in the air, he RKOs him as well, and then Big E looks like he's going to come in the ring. And Orton's like, come on, and then Big E pretty much just leaves his partners there. He's like, nah, I ain't dealing with it.
Yeah,
So
I don't need
he
this.
heads
I don't
back.
need this.
I don't need this. I got breakfast menus to sign. Oh man. But we go from that, and then up next we have Fandango versus Curtis Axel. You know, not a bad match, right? It's a quick match, virtually a squash match. But Fandango got a very weak reception here to me. If anything, I feel like Curtis Axel got a bigger reaction when he did the Hulk Hogan shirt tear. Because he did that at one point, and Fandango tried rolling Axel up, and of course he kicked out. And Fandango ended up winning after a Falcon's Arrow follow-up with the leg drop off the top. But I just don't feel like, London is a very unique crowd. They are, in a sense, like that post-WrestleMania crowd where it's just those
Yeah.
really smarky kind of diehard fans. I knew, and I think I even told you, Ashton, last week, I didn't feel like it was going to translate well the next week. And in my opinion, I don't think it has. I hope maybe it gains some momentum because I like Johnny Curtis. I do. It's just, this ain't working, man. I just feel like, it's exhausted itself more or less. But Fandango gets the win. And, oh, by the way, Ashton, you'll love this because I know you and I hate Kevin Dunn. He screwed up because Fandango's most recent theme, the one he had been using before his Babyface turn, that was playing at first, and then they had to change it over to his Babyface theme. So, way to screw that up.
Is anybody surprised that Kevin Dunn messed something up?
I hate his face. Honestly, maybe that's the whole reason why I brought it up is just to remind everybody I hate his face. um,
Okay,
so,
let me just say this though.
yeah.
I don't think that this is necessarily something that we can judge based on this crowd, if for no other reason because of his opponent. Because as much as it's kind of like me seceding that you might be right about something, which I hate doing. Curtis Axel is still over with a lot of people as a babyface. So it's really foolish to think that you're going to get a freshly turned babyface Fandango over in a match against a comedy heel that people enjoy, that people might cheer for. Like, it makes no sense. It's incredibly stupid from a booking standpoint.
And I would agree. So, hopefully in the coming weeks when Fandango faces, I don't know, actual heels with no comedic edge to
Yeah,
them.
I mean, hey, here's an idea. Put him up against Seth Rollins. See how that reaction goes.
Yeah, you gotta make people care, and how are they gonna care when their interests are so divided? I mean, we were literally just kind of talking about that problem with Dean Ambrose earlier. I mean, that's universally applicable. So, when you put Fandango against a comedic guy like Axel, yeah, there's gonna be that conflict of interest there for the fans. But